The world of professional golf was changed forever when the Saudi-backed LIV Tour became the challenger to the traditional PGA of America. Some thought this could cause Australia's professional golf tournaments to wither on the vine through a lack of sponsorship and prize money. But this weekend, one of the strongest fields in recent years will compete for the Stonehaven Cup, the Australian Open. One of the marquee players and favourites for the event is a 2013 Masters champion, Adam Scott. And last night I caught up with him as he became the ambassador for the Cancer Council's sunscreen products.
I think, like everywhere, we're seeing big injections of money into the game of golf, so I hope some of it's going to come down to Australia for the game. It's certainly helpful in securing tournaments, but also going into the grassroots level and making sure there's sustained health for the future. I think we have a strong golfing country, so we want to keep that happening.
And so tell me about a young golfer coming through these days. Is it inevitable, if they've got some talent, they've got to try and get onto one of the international tours, or is it hard for them to actually survive here on the Aussie Tour?
Well, I think, in fairness to the Australian PGA, they've done great stuff with their events over the last few years in building it back up and providing a place for the Aussies to play. Ultimately, though, if you have big enough dreams, you're going to want to go beyond. But I give them a lot of credit at the Australian PGA for building it back up to be like a stepping stone for those who want to go on and beyond onto major international tours.
Well, because you are a sportsman who is one, and you've clearly got significant profile, you attract big sponsors, Uniqlo being your main sponsor. How do you work out whether you're good value for that sponsor, and how do they work out whether you're good value for them?
I think it works the other way most of the time. But yeah, I've had great support from my sponsors, and I don't have that many sponsors compared to some. So I'm very careful with who I partner with, and certainly at this point it almost has to be like a very reciprocal relationship or have some personal meaning to me.
And is there a sense when you're playing that you have to achieve because that equals visibility, which equals therefore value for those sponsors as well?
That's kind of how it works. Yeah. Like, you have to hold up your end of the bargain. So there is that pressure, but that's just the way it is in the professional game. I think that's why you have to be careful with who you partner with. And I've been really lucky to have very, very long-term partners throughout my career that I feel like we have a shared vision of what we're trying to achieve.
And do you sense with the DP World Tour and then with the PGA Tour sort of coming together and therefore more tournaments, even the Australian Open this weekend being a sanctioned event with the DP World Tour, do you sense that actually gives more visibility and more opportunities for players?
Well, I think it's good for the Aussie players, certainly, that these are sanctioned with the DP World Tour. A good performance this week or last goes a long, long way in the Aussie guys getting some more starts on a major international tour. So I think this is a good alliance that they've formed, and hopefully there's more to build on that in the future.
But the nice thing is also your profile gives you an ability through your foundation to put something back as well, which is what you're even doing while you're here in Australia.
Yeah, so I'm really lucky to have a good platform to be able to promote certain things, and I try and use that for good, really, whether it be with the Cancer Council or through my foundation, which we don't promote a lot. We just kind of go about our business, but there is an opportunity now with David Evans and the Cathedral event to be able to put some more kids through school through the foundation.
And so as you become a more senior golfer, an older golfer, are they the things that make you stop and think about the legacy that you leave behind from your own career, your own successful career?
I think there's a little bit of that. I still want to achieve a lot on the golf course, so I wouldn't say I'm shifting my focus. I tried to have like a really long-term view of things, and like compounding things over a long period of time is very effective, and that's what I've tried to do with my foundation, which has been running since 2005, and just quietly going about our business so that hopefully one day in the future, when I do kind of slow down or stop playing, I can look and I've already established something quite significant, and then see where my motivations are to push that further.
So just one last one. Is the money more important than the ultimate prize of winning a major, or is the major more important to you at this stage of your career?
It's always the majors more important, but then there's the realities of the in-between times, in between of, you know, we're our own bosses and where we pay for everything that we have to do. So there is the financial thing of like running any kind of business, but when the major's on the line, you're not thinking about the money.
Adam Scott, good to chat to you. Many thanks for your time.
Nice to be with you.
Thank you.